Away the lads.
Sitting in a sleazy snack bar sucking
Pet.
sausage rolls. Slipping down slowly, slipping down sideways.
Oh, this is Dragon Attack, the Brian May song from the Game album. So the last few weeks I've been trying to improve my Brian May technique. Now, he's very well known not just for his sound, but his vibrato. It's quite subtle, can be quite intense, but I found I've been doing it all wrong. Whereas before I'd try and spend a lot of time getting the right. I've been doing it all wrong, so I've seen a Queen teacher that's given a lot of advice actually. So instead of just thinking, this is the problem, I've been trying to think about how it can sound nice and smooth, or a bit more wider and fast or slow, but that's all gone out the window now because you don't have to do any of that. I'll just put it into regular bridge and middle. So something like this, you don't do that at all, you just go and have no thought at all. That's the best way, and that will get you a lot closer to Brian May's attack. And also I've noticed that sometimes when I'm playing I can't quite get it to sound close to, so what I've found I have to do is, if I'm playing with all the wrong fingers, i.e. just 2 fingers, because 29 years guitar playing allows you to play with just 2 fingers and make no sense of areas to play or keeping groups of notes together. You've got to try and make it as hard as you possibly can for yourself, because that's the key. But found also that where I was coming down, I needed to twist my head like that, and also when I'm doing my first finger I have to kind of make this kind of proud face and then pull my arm out there. That's Brian May, that is him. So that's the vibrato sorted. The help with the tone, that. And what I've got to try and do, I've got to try and get my top E string, because if I could do a guitar setup I would, but I mean if somebody's going to advertise guitar setups, then I'd want them to make my top string warble, sort of like this. When you play a note it doesn't sound like the same as the rest of them, so that's obviously essential. No, they all sound similar. No, it doesn't have that brrr sort of tone. Better get rid of the guitar, or send it to setup, so I can learn some advanced technique. What else? Fingering, vibrato. Oh yeah, what I aim to do with this, which I'm doing completely wrong because obviously I haven't got as many subscribers, and I don't know why. Maybe I ought to put some women in the page or something like that. Is, what's he going to do? No idea how I get more subscribers, but I aim to try and get them as close as possible, as close as I can find out. But I think the thing that I'm doing wrong again is I might be trying to make it correct rather than just thereabouts and missing bits out, which I should do. Brilliant. But Dragon Attack, getting back to the song, I mean I can always revisit and trying to get better. But aside from that, this is not too tricky. I mean, there's a section in the middle after the which is quite tricky in its rhythm, but that's explained in the video, I think. And so I'm using fingerboard and middle, but they're all in phase. So those two are on and that one's out, and it just gives it a screamy. Yeah, that's it. Better. Better! So, I don't know what else I was going to say, really. It's quite tricky, but it's all in the D blues scale. So with a bit of listening, and you'll pick it up, I'm sure you will, easily. So, hope you enjoy the video. Any remarks, good or bad, send them here. And that's it. Thank you very much. Video play along, I hope.
Hey, take me to the room where the green's all green, and from what I've seen, it's hot as a meal. Hey. I gotta use my stack. It's gotta be packed. Gotta get me on the track. Gotta drag it on my back. So round, gotta eat that sound, yeah, yeah, yeah. Take me to the room where the black's all white and the white's all black. Take me back to the shack. She don't take no prisoner. She gotta give me the business. Gotta drag it on my back. Yeah, it's a drag of the top.
Dragon Attack is the Brian May song, the second one off the Game album, and it's all based around a looped phrase, and the phrase is this. Not too difficult. So on the studio it's mostly picked. It's the bass that's more prominent, but on the live versions he does a lot more pull-offs, so rather than picking it all, and that continues. You know it's a loop because the first time you hear that top at that high A sounding, and the second time it's just a hit, third time there's nothing, and then every first or third time, or first, fourth and seventh, you'll hear that. But that's a useless piece of shite trivia. I don't even know I mentioned it. So they've probably recorded the song and then looped it till the end. So that is the verse, and that continues all the way through until I'm going to use my stack, which is just F to G. And on the, that's how I'd play it live, but on the album there's overdubbed guitars. Overdubbed guitars, so just make it full of chords. And then he's got a little break like this. And Fred under it doing some sort of moo noise. But it's all based, all the solo is going to be based around the 10th position, except for the outro where it moves up to an extended box area. Everything is all within this. And the part I'm mentioning is this. So you're bending that F slowly and back into the verse, and then after a few bits it's F to G again. Then the drum solo, then a bass solo, and the intro for the guitar section goes like this. So this is raked in. It's a C to a D, but for the most of the lead-in phrases, they're raked. So, for example, this. So you get a lot of that flat 5 note in there, the blue note. D, C, G, F. So that carries on in the backing. And then the next is a repeated pattern over six times it plays it. It's just like a triplet or a 3-note pattern that's played over and over 6 times. Standard blues phrase. But don't kind of bend it up, because you need that scoop. So after you've done 6, it comes down to this phrase. You could fret the 13th, bend it up a semitone or a fret. Or carry on playing with fingering. Because the problem being, when you're, you can either play it with your 2nd and 3rd finger, or your 3rd and 4th. But because you're fretting that C there, the problem comes when you want to get that 13th fret bent up. So you could play that A there and hammer that on, which is probably easier. But because of the speed you're playing it, you'll find that hammering the note on, or fretting the note and then hammering it on, is negligible. It's probably better to fret it. Or so thinking about it, it's probably better to do that way. And the second bit of that. Then this. They're just double stops, 2 notes played together on the G and the D string at the 10th fret. So they're just playing an upper part of an F chord. G to D. Double stops on the 12th. So the whole piece together. Like that, he says. And slow. of noise under there, so just wait. That is the same as playing it there. It's just going to be a lot brighter and honky there. And further on from that, it carries on, but the rhythm guitar's still playing these kind of... And the part is this. She's low down. She is. And again the rake. And there's a bit of a gap there before you start your riff. So if you're in a single guitar situation in a band, then you could just add those filler rhythms. Just a double stop on the 12th. And the lick itself. So you're coming down the scale, semitones. Bending that up to the F sharp. You can bend that like I'm going to do it, or you can fret the note. But it sounds a bit too precise, pitch perfect, and it kind of doesn't seem to flow with the solo. Well, the note's the same, but it just doesn't have that loose quality. Or this. So I'm going to opt to pull it. Oop. So happy with that. The next piece. Second bit. As you're coming down here, start to palm mute them a bit more. And then the third line is this. So it's got an intro and a tail section. So the intro So these are the notes. I mean, it sounds quite quick and mashed, but I'm going to come up with this. Rake the C, open G, 12th fret. Then this. No, it isn't. Just down the scale again. So as you're on the F, just pull that slightly. That's it. Then she's low down, just F to G. I'm going to make my way, and it's just D. And starts with this riff. It's not a riff, it's just a phrase. Like that, continues until the but we'll carry that. Vindaloo. It's this. Stops, and then you've got the chords either G to F or C to D. Turn this down with it. So it's this. G to F or C to D. I've seen people play it this way. But I think it's more how Brian Wayne would play it there. And the third time he plays an E. instead of playing, it plays this. And that keeps continuing till the last bit, and then the solo comes in, but except this time he doesn't rake it, it's just picked. Just like Don't Stop Me Now, 20th frets. Again, blues, except when he's coming up the scale, he doesn't stick with that box, he moves from a note and frets it further up, explaining it. Fret up to the 17th. Same note. Bending it up to a D. Release it, pull off to the 14th, and the 16th, 15th. Up or down, and then this. And you're overbending, so you're bending 3 frets. But with the pickup settings and hitting it sort of virtually in the middle of the fret to the bridge, you'll get those tones, those screamy tones. You don't even have to pinch harmonic it. So that's just the pick there, look. So there's no thumb in there, so it's just the nature of the reverse phase thing. Then C, C sharp, D, 17, 18, 19 on the G, but with a wide vibrato on the D. Up to the F, so that's a 1.5 bend. And pull off with the open couple of strings. And that is just 20th fret. And the 20th fret on the B string, but you're bending that up a tone. So as you release slightly with the bend, you get that dissonance. And down with the trem. And that's the song.